out of that conversation. I want to give you more credit. 1st and 10. Hammer under center. Oh, hard count.
No flag.
Hands it off. Daylight there. Brody Strant, and he gets another Panther first down with 4:36 left to go here in the second quarter.
Oh, they trapped him. Snohomish trapped him. Glacier Peak was in a bare front with the center of both guards covered, and they ran that play to perfection. Popped it right up the pipe. Boy, I'll tell you, Snohomish is confident. Their play callers are confident. This is a happy team. Look at them running.
They are pumped, and they are in Glacier Peak territory at the GP 45. Glad you're with us. David Hammer, Strant, moving his feet, cutting it up, finding holes. He'll get 5 or 6 and set up a 2nd and 5.
I think it's coming back.
Holding.
And that's going to put him back. Again, that'll ruin the mojo.
Yeah, it's tough to overcome holding penalties. It's just so difficult. And what you were just talking about minutes ago, what happened in last year's game, you're rolling, everything's going well, and then you get a penalty and you go backwards.
Make sure you go to seattlesports.com. You can now listen and watch tonight's game on Seattle Sports app at seattlesports.com. Also download that Seattle Sports app. I have the app, actually. You can listen to Brock and Salk, Bump and Stacy, Wyman and Bob on demand. That's what I listen to my Seahawks, Mariners. Oh, the Mariners. God, they break my heart.
Why are you talking about that?
They break my heart. Go and download the Sports app right now, iOS or Android, seattlesports.com. 1st and 20. And another flag, another whistle, and GP saying it's going to be false start offense. What happened to the rhythm here, Coach Hannan?
Oh, this is, as a coach on the sideline, you're pulling your hair out knowing, my gosh, you guys, why are we giving this away?
They were on the GP 45, now they're back on their own 40.
You just can't overcome these penalties. It's so hard to overcome a 10 and then another 5. I mean,
Ron, you're right in the sideline, right next to the coaches. Are you putting in plays?
Not me.
1st and 25. Hammer rolling. He's getting chased now. Gets rid of it. Back, and it's just in and out of the hands of number 8, Silas Green.
that was a great play by Hammer.
That was thrown across his body there, getting chased out of bounds by big number 52, Connor Aney.
Yeah, Connor did a great job of keeping him contained, and I was like, well, that play's over. And then Hammer finds someone, and doesn't make the connection, but that just shows you how special that kid is. 2nd
and 25. I know you were a D coordinator for years, but you also know a little about it. What are you're just trying to get something here. You don't want to get it all back.
I'm looking for a punt here, but I'm trying to get as many yards as I can.
Oh, they had such mojo coming out.
Yeah, but you can pin GP deep still.
Jaden Carter in motions. Here's Hammer back, pumps, fakes. He's going deep, and I don't think anybody's going to get there. Sardi was the closest receiver, but they had 2, Parker and him, kind of on a collision course there. And
well, there you go, different philosophy than me, right? I just said,
I'm just trying to get a punt there. Is that what you did, the Inglemoor Vikings?
Yeah, well, let's just get to the 50. Let's just punt the ball and get them pinned down.
Hey, when you're living with Kinko, you just want to punt. You're happy with a punt, right?
I just want to survive that thing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Joey Hammer, the opposite. Nope, we're going for a first down. We're going for a big play. And it's just out of the reach of the receiver.
So they're going to bring up a big 3rd and 25 here. They're chewing clock, 3:12 to go in the second quarter.
That's good.
Coming off an unbelievable stand down right on the doorstep for Glacier Peak. Didn't make it at 4th and 6. And now we have another timeout or
delay of game.
Oh my goodness, delay of game. This is exactly, I feel like it's deja vu. This is exactly what happened last year.
And I just don't, it's just hard to understand how this can happen over and over. I mean, Joey Hammer's got to be down there.
He's got to be going
What
nuts.
are you
Now, he
doing?
shed the black vest. I didn't even see him down the field because he didn't have the black vest.
I know he's wearing white tonight.
That's the first question I asked.
What are you doing? Where's your black vest? Trying to hide from us.
He's changing it up. 2nd and 30. Hammer, he's looking downfield. It's tipped in the air, and it's brought down by Glacier Peak. Oh, my. What a turn of events. And number 5 waiting to see who came up. That's Isaiah Olson came up. You'll see it again. Tipped. And Olson comes down with it. Oh, my. What an unbelievable. What a storyline. That drive alone for Snohomish.
And who tipped that ball? Was that a Glacier Peak kid?
It looked like, yeah.
Ball? Right up in the air. You get the pig. Now Shane, Coach Keck's got him huddled up over there. And he's letting him have it. This is your opportunity right here. This is your chance. They've run the ball so well tonight. You think they'd get back to that running game. They got 3 whole minutes to get to the end zone here.
Ronnie, that was a 50-50 ball. I almost expected you to get in there.
It wasn't close enough for me to catch, but number 11, Seth Arnold said that you were calling his name wrong. I don't know if you were doing that or not.
Oh, okay.
Trying to fix that.
Seth Abood, number 11. We'll see. Here's Etler back. Now he's going to tuck it and run. At the 40, looking for the out of bounds, and he gets there unscathed.
6 yards.
Set of 2nd and 4.
It's a nice little run. It's nice to have a quarterback that when things break down in the passing game, he can take off and run a little bit.
He's probably talking about the PA announcer saying his name incorrectly.
Yeah, I bet that's who it is.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah,
I got enough problems, Ronnie. I got enough mistakes.
Send your runner down to pick the PA guy up.
I will. It's second and 4. And there's a big play again by this Panther defense, and that's a boot right there.
Wow.
I know his name.
Wow, he has been playing a lights-out first half. That kid has been all over the field.
Well, the Panther defense has held them in this game. Still scoreless with 2:34 left to go.
Yeah, and at times Glacier Peak's offense has looked good, but Snohomish's defense has eventually stood strong and made the stops necessary. And that's what feels a little different for me this year.
Yeah. Fullerton goes off 39 blue. 2:15 left to go. Play clock down to 1. Rolling is Entler. Entler looking still. Oh, and he slips down. And where are they going to mark him? It's got to be just a touch slick down there. We did have some precipitation earlier.
Should be looking for some timeouts now from Snohomish.
That's some yellow flags on the field, too, for something going on after the fact.
Yeah, what is that? As the marker, the line judge here at the 46. We've had a lot of laundry.
Well, if Tim Boyle was here, they would be ranting.
Oh, he would be. But he loves flags. More flags, more happy.
He's calling intentional grounding or something? What he's thinking?
That's a
Interesting.
Wow. So that's a 4th down. And so here comes the punt. Okay, so Snohomish, how many timeouts do they still have? They got 3? The Panthers?
According to the board, but I don't trust the board. I think they had one earlier, so they might have 2 left.
I know GP used a couple.
I think they have 3.
Okay.
So that's big. If they have 2 minutes to go, let's see how this punt goes here.
So Albright back to do the punting duties.
And remember, that's the backup punter catching this snap.
It is. Low snap, he gets it off. Clean punt, nice spiral. And picked up, going to the near side. Parker Jackson moving people, still going. He gets up to the 35. Nice job by Jackson.
And that's good enough.
$1:46 left.
That's good enough. 35-yard line. And here, let's see how aggressive Snohomish wants to be. My guess is they're going to do whatever they can do to score before the half.
This does, Ronnie, you've been here every single time. This feel a little bit different to you?
This is a lot different tonight. This Snohomish team is showing some real good football tonight.
Yeah.
Just again, the mistakes are killing them.
Yes.
David Hammer, the senior, in shotgun. Gonna gun it over. It's caught by Sardi, but he's down as he caught it. But they'll give him 3 yards. It stops the clock. Or it should, no, it doesn't.
It'll run, yep. Let's see how fast they can. Snohomish has practiced this, from day one in the spring, this 2-minute drill.
Hammer.
Uh-oh.
Rough snap. He collects it, though. Now he's getting chased. He gets rid of it, and it goes out of bounds. He had 2 receivers plus a couple guys in blue. He was going for Bridger Foley, number 1.
I think that they were fortunate that ball was a little high there.
But that's not bad. 3rd and 7. The clock stops with 1:18. It's not terrible. It doesn't kill you.
Not terrible. You certainly don't want to give Glacier Peak back the ball.
Wouldn't you be calling some timeouts, Coach?
Again, well, obviously not now because the clock stopped. But
right.
You're kind of thinking we don't want GP to get the ball either here before the half. So it's a fine line now.
The 6'3" senior, David Hammer, 1:18 left to go, 3rd and 7, trying to move the sticks. He gets it over. It's caught, but down is Silas Green. And they'll keep the clock rolling, at the 43-yard line. And 105, I don't see a signal for a timeout.
I'm a little surprised that Glacier Peak doesn't use the timeout here and see what they could do with 40 seconds or so on the clock. Actually, it would have been over a minute if they would have used their final timeout. So they're just happy to let this thing run, it looks like.
So they're going to go to the punt unit as they go 4th and 3, and this is going to give Glacier Peak the ball back with 1 timeout, clock ticking, 42 seconds left.
Snohomish should wait until that thing goes. Oh, they gave Glacier Peak 10 seconds.
Ty Tuatolo kicks it off, and is it a fair catch by Michael Darling at the 17-yard line?
No flags, it looks like.
Okay.
And we'll see, Scott, if this doesn't come back to bite Snohomish. There's 10 seconds left on the clock before they had to punt it. So there should be 20 seconds on there, not 30 seconds. And let's see if that makes any difference at all. Maybe it won't.
1st and 10, they're going to put the ball down at the Glacier Peak 18-yard line. Lucas Etler, the senior, a lot more confidence this year. You talked to him at the media days, and he said he felt a lot more confident this year, and you can see it just through one game.
Yeah, no doubt. He's in control of that offense for sure.
31 seconds left to go in the first half. Owens in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him. He can spark a light as he's still on his feet down the sideline, cuts in. He's gone! 20 seconds to the 30. Oh my, Isaiah Owens! Are you kidding me?
Wow, what a turn of events. Look at him run. There wasn't anyone within 15 yards of him once he broke free.
82-yard run, and the scoring is set now. 6-0 Grizzlies with 10 seconds left. Ron Henthorn, what happened?
Well, I wish I was on that side of the field to tell you, Scott, but I'd say probably about 3 or 4 missed tackles down there.
He got to the sideline, then cut it in, and it was see you later.
God, what a boost for Glacier Peak.
Kaya Anderson in for the extra point. Again, taking for Aiden Larson, the backup kicker. This is up, and it is good. We were scoreless until now.
And Coach Keck talked about this while we were down talking to him about the turnovers, how that affects 15 and 16-year-old players. It just takes the juice out of you. It takes the life out of you. And now let's see how Snohomish responds to this, because that's one of those plays that could just take the life out of you.
82-yard run. They looked like they were just going to settle to go into halftime, 0-0 regroup.
You play 23 minutes of even ball, back and forth, maybe even outplaying your opponent. And now you go down into halftime.
And the Panther defense had held steady. They'd held them right at the doorstep. They played so well. And one big play, and that's sometimes what it is in high school football.
Yeah, you get a special player like number 7 out there, and anything can happen every time you give him the ball.
Owens.
It should say.
Unbelievable. Should be 7. Actually, the scoreboard should be 7-0.
Did they make the extra point?
They did make the extra point, so 7-0. We have our spotters here. We have a whole crew here. Our producer, Sarah Elvig. Our executive producer, Todd Elvig, now working the game up in Lake Stevens.
We like working with Sarah.
We do.
Sarah's a 6-tool player, man.
She is, actually.
Why would you want to fight if you could have a 6?
100%. She's just stronger, better, newer. Here's a squib kick. And it's tossed up, but it's picked up by Snohomish. Crosses out the 35 to around the 38-yard line. And 4 seconds left on the clock. Do you throw it up? Well, you don't.
I'm
going.
Yeah. I'm recharging.
Is that what you did in Monroe?
Well, yeah, we're in the wing tee at Monroe. We're not putting the ball in the air. We might run a play and see what happens if we have a number 7, which we had a couple of those kids while I was at Monroe. So
I bet you did.
Might have gave it to Brian McPeters. To see
I'd
what
throw
happens.
it up. What do you have to lose?
I
It's a ball
agree.
game.
Exactly, Ronnie.
You guys just want to see the action.
Of course we do. David Hammer. He is going to go back to pass. He waits and he launches it deep left sideline. Incomplete.
I love it, guys. Fun.
I love that
was
play. I
fun,
love
and they
it.
helped him up. Look at Bonchi helping him up, trying to go to Parker Jackson, and that's going to do it for one half of football. It is Glacier Peak 7, Snohomish nothing. Looking at our STSPN stream, Bellevue 13, Lake Stevens 14 in the second. And we'll be back right after this.
Stay with me. I got Joey down here.
Okay, yep. Let's go to Joey Hammer as we go into halftime.
Joey, we got a good ball game here, and you were in this all the way until a couple of mistakes.
We're still in it. There's nothing wrong with where we're at.
No,
we're going to get her done.
Yeah,
Keep believing.
Oh, I believe you're
0-0.
So
Let's go win the second half.
Yeah, I think you can do that. So what about that mistake that happened on that?
Hey, it's football, right?
Yeah.
It's great. That's all right. We're good. Next play.
Joey, this Friday the 13th, man, I think you're going to do it.
Hey, we're not thinking. We're going to do it.
All right, man.
Thank you. Go Panthers.
Go Panthers.
Thank you, Ronnie. All right, we'll be back with more. We have athletic director for Glacier Peak High School, former Glacier Peak High School head coach and state champion from Union.
The Riverboat.
The Riverboat Gambler never met a fourth down he didn't like. Rory Rosenbaugh next after this.
All right, we're here with Coach Rory Rosenbaugh. I can't help but call you that. I know you're an athletic director now, that you've moved up and beyond, and you've got bigger fish to fry now, but to me, you'll always be Coach Rosenbaugh. When we were at Glacier Peak together, we were part of the group that started this whole tradition of the Dick Armstrong Cup. Give me some of your feelings. You played at Snohomish.
I did.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just say, you're pretty good. That was great.
Oh, thank you.
That's good.
Yeah.
All those Hannan's huddles paid off. Yeah, you know what? It is. It's pretty cool for me to be able to be a part of this. I am so much alone. We got to be a few people together, and they finally let's start playing each other. Talking to Coach Perry and talking to different collaborators, like what do you want this game to be about? I want it to be about family, community. It's fun to still see a lot of those things in place. 12, 15 years.
And I love that they're still doing what was it you and Kai that set up the same blue and the red? You guys both wore your home uniforms. Was it when Kai was there? Oh my gosh, yeah. No, I just think that's just exactly what you talked about community. How, hey, we're really a big family here in Snohomish, and even though we are all, one we're up on the hill, one we're down in the valley, but let's have both teams wear their home uniforms. This is both teams' home field, So I don't know. It's just that feeling of community that I love about this game, and of Coach Armstrong, would also love that. I'm sure maybe a little bit gruffer. But
No, absolutely. I talked to a guy, long time.
At Stanford.
Yeah, recently passed away. And after we first started doing this, he said, this would be his favorite thing. It's this Glacier Peak. Snohomish rivalry book. So that's pretty much my.
And we kind of felt like this game was going to be big. It was going to be special, even as coaches. And I remember that first game. So I want to talk to you about some of your favorite memories of the Dick Armstrong Cup. But one of my favorite memories, maybe we won't get to that. Hopefully nobody out there heard. Rory's got big work to do out there. But one of the things that I loved those first few years, Coach Rosenball, was when we come onto the field and half of the stands is red and it's full, and half the stands is blue and it's filled. And then you got people sitting all around here, and those first couple of years was really special. I'd never experienced that in high school football.
It's pretty neat. And then, honestly, one of my favorite memories is when the first year we were the visitors. It was probably the first year when we were on the opposite side. And Captain Lennon had come to us and said, hey, can we do this? We want to do this 50 flags thing, every state, and then we want to do some swearing in before the game. And we're like, yeah, that sounds great. And I just remember being across and standing right in the 50-yard line, and Ellen Holly's there taking a photo, and you look up and you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Half red, half blue, overflowing on both sides. You got both teams on the 40s. You got all these flags. It was so cool. It's a pretty special memory.
And you bring up Ellen Holly. And the tradition that Glacier Peak has been able to establish. Snohomish is rich in tradition in their, but Glacier Peak's been able in a pretty short period of time to build great traditions of their own. And a lot of those people that started this program with us is still here doing it. One of the guys that we are now missing is Hunter Lundstrom's father, who was the voice of the Grizzlies for a long time. And what a great person he was.
He was a special guy. I would look forward to our pregame talks every game. He would come down for the starting lineups, and inevitably it would be about a 15-minute session. And he wanted to know if I was coming to the bonfires when he did his bonfires.
Oh, man.
All the stuff. He was such a great man, and I know his legacy will live on with his kids and his family. But yeah, we sure miss him.
Yeah, big part of the community for sure. And is there any memories you can think of from the Dick Armstrong Cup that just come to mind? There've been so many.
Oh gosh, one that stands to mind is I think it was Ty's first year. And we were having a hard time, and they had the ball, and I said, Steven, do something. Steve is our defensive coordinator, right? And I'm like, I don't know if we're going to stop these guys. We are in trouble. They have got us figured out right now. We got to do something that they aren't ready for. And thankfully, the thing they weren't ready for was them snapping the ball over their quarterback's head and then us jumping on the ball. Because otherwise, I don't know. If we pull that one off. There's been some really tight games, but. They're all special. They're all memorable. Getting to play against Coach Perry, who coached me and was my mentor. That was special, obviously. And then obviously getting a chance to coach against Kai. And then just, another one when we lost Coach Janae. When Coach Janae passed away, and we all got together and said, hey, let's do this one for Tuck. And we all wore Tuck's game day attire because he would come right from school, which he wore a shirt and tie every day, and go right out to Centennial and coach the football games in his tie and his white shirt and his slacks. And so we all, both staffs all wore white shirts and black pants and had ties. They had red ties, we had blue ties. It was awesome. That was I've had so many people that have seen pictures that go, what was that about? I don't understand. And you tell it to them, and it's pretty cool. A lot of communities like that.
And there you go, back to what Snohomish, the community here in Snohomish is a special place to be. And that just, again, goes to that point right there. And I think, one of the funnier members that I remember is that we were playing Snohomish in the first game. We used to play them in the first game all the time, and we didn't always know what to expect from them. And I just remember being a defensive coordinator thinking, I got to have something that I can work on this week to prepare. We didn't have any film, so I just innocently called around town, tried to find some film. And then they ended up calling Snohomish, hey, this Glacier Peak guy's calling around trying to get film. And, Kai took offense.
Well, Kai was doing the same thing. Kai called me and asked for film from camp. Probably is what happened. Just asked me for it.
Yeah.
No, that was always one of the harder parts of that game. I felt like on both sides of the ball, and probably for both teams, is what are they going to be, and what's their personnel, and what kind of stuff they're going to be in. And that first game is difficult, and I think that probably lent itself to there was a lot of times where we felt like, and I'm sure they felt the same way, where we didn't play to our potential or whatever. But it's that first game, and everybody's so amped up and nervous and excited for the, for this rivalry. And kids are bound to make mistakes, coaches are bound to make mistakes. But I think it's probably better for both groups, having some film, being able to look at something and have a plan and that kind of stuff. So
it makes for a better football game.
Absolutely.
That when you're prepared. And the staffs, the Glacier Peak staffs and the Snohomish staffs, always were united. And I know that we always feel like we were rivals, that we were enemies, but we never felt that way as staffs. We were always friendly and enjoyed being around each other. So
no, and that's what and I think that's what they wanted. That's what the leaders wanted. That's what the community wanted. I mean, a lot of the community, those community leaders. That's what those people that came before us wanted. Like you talk about the Dick Armstrongs and the Keith Gilberts and seniors. That's what they would have wanted it to be, right? It's one of the things we talk about with our kids, right? Is these guys you play against, treat them with respect, because likely you got more in common with those guys than you do a lot of the guys you walk the hall with. Just because you have that same passion and you've sacrificed the same thing that they've sacrificed. And as coaches, I think we felt the same way about the Snohomish guys. And I hope they felt the same way about us. Yeah,
and I think you make a great point. It's that high school football. These are young men playing a game for men. This game hurts. You go out there every single day, and it hurts a little bit. So love to see the community out. Well, Coach Rosenbaugh, thank you so much for coming up and hanging out.
My pleasure.
I'm sure everybody would love to hear us chat along for a little bit longer. All right.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks
for having us.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back, and over the wall for a home run.
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike three, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball. A walk-off two-run home run.
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Hey there, laddie. Do you have a fallen tree or a forgotten log? Do you have some old wood planks that'll have a story you'd like to tell? Great. They'll mill it, prepare it, and finish the wood for your unique project. Let them take your storied old wood and turn it into a world-class piece of art. Grit, handcrafted, is something that will be treasured for a lifetime. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium. That was a halftime that was a throwback. The Rowe Show met Hannan's Huddle. Great job, Hannan. That was fun to hear you and Rowe cut it up about old times.
Yeah, we've never done that before. Combine those two shows. We've always been in competition with each other for viewership. So.
Yes, it was those competitions. It got ugly sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Right here, 7-0. Scott Ohsman, Steve Hannan, Ron the Wedge Henthorn with you. Our producer tonight, Sarah Elvig. Our executive producer and the man who's running trucks all over the town is Todd Elvig, of course. That Lake Stevens Bellevue game tight, 14-13 at half, Steve.
And who's up in that one?
Lake Stevens by 1.
And Lake Stevens lost last week, but who did who did they lose to? Was it Kennedy? No, who did?
No, that was wow. Why am I having a complete?
Yeah, I had a brain meltdown right here.
Well, let's talk about while we think about that. Yeah. Glacier Peak, you see them coming out of the tunnel. This has been a dogfight, end to end. Nobody had, Glacier Peak gets that huge drive, then they get the muff punt, they get the turnover down, and then all of a sudden. I can't hear anything. There we go. And then all of a sudden they get the ball. You think they're going to score. Panthers hold them with a tremendous defensive stop. They come down penalty after penalty. They got the mojo. People are running up to the line. And then, hello, number 7, Isaiah Owens, with 10 seconds left. He peels off an 82-yarder, and that's where we are, 7-0.
It completely changes the complexion of this game.
And now Glacier Peak starts the second half with the ball. They deferred.
And Glacier Peak, they don't score on that play. They get 25 or 30 yards and gets tackled. We all go into halftime, and we're all talking about Snohomish, how they did this great job in the first half, and everything you just said, stopping them at the goal line, blah, blah, blah. They've got a pep in their step. You think that there's doubts now creeping into the Glacier Peak kids, and blah, blah, and then that one play just changes the whole feel of the game. If Glacier Peak gets the ball off this kickoff, and they just march right down the field and stick it in, we're going to be in for one of those games.
Both quarterbacks haven't made, Lucas Entler had his first interception, but it didn't hurt him. They did end up not scoring on that. And then there was a fumble. It's been entertaining, actually, in some regards, but we don't have a lot of scoring. So we'll see what happens here as we're ending halftime festivities here. Glad you're with us. What else were you going to say, Mr. Hannan?
Yeah, I was just saying it'll be interesting. I think this first series of offense that Glacier Peak comes out in I think it's going to go a long way to determining the end of this game. Like I just said, if Glacier Peak takes the ball and they're successful on offense and they move the ball down the field, or the opposite, right? They come out, it's a 3-and-out, and it's a punt, and Snohomish can say, okay, we had one fluke play, now let's get our momentum back. I just think this first series is gigantic coming into this thing.
I tend to agree with you. Just a reminder, Glacier Peak next week, they'll be right here at home against Mariner Marauders, the home game here on STSPN. Snohomish, they go and play Cedar Woolley, where there's been some change in the conferences now. 4A is a little different. You got Arlington Eagles, which you've talked about their quarterback, one of the better ones in the state. Awesome. They're looking good. And they welcome back Cascade, the Bruins. You had some run-ins with the Bruins back in the day, didn't you?
Plenty of them when I was the head coach at Monroe.
Yeah,
2 wing T schools, and we'd have the ball once, they'd have the ball once, and the quarter's over. That's what would happen in those games. Someone's going to score. It's going to be a 14-7 game in the end.
So both schedules, there's a change up every 2 years. You see Snohomish gathering here. We heard at halftime with Ron, Joey Hammer, he's putting the hammer down. The hammer never stops with him.
Oh, the second that the Wedge brought up, any question at all about what's going to happen when they came out of the huddle was squashed instantly. Yeah, we're going to win this game.
There's stud Ty Tuatolo, the 6'4", 230 sophomore on defense. He's been there. I'm not saying, but we haven't called his name a ton.
Yeah, I think Glacier Peak had a plan for him, and we talked to Coach Keck before the game. You're going to run towards him. You're going to run away from him. How are you going to handle that kid? And he says, well, they move him around a lot. We just need to know where he is, and that will determine how we attack him. And I think that part of the game plan for Glacier Peak has worked out.
Well, you and Coach Rowe, the AD there, you guys were coaching. When the mic went off, you guys were just like, you had the whole game plan right there.
Yeah.
Now, come on. I was in some of those meetings. You guys never talked to each other. He was in the offensive room. You were in the defensive room.
Yeah,
you barely knew his name.
He was Coach Rowe was such a great head coach because he did that.
Yeah.
You know, he knew that he was an offensive guy, and he just wanted a defensive guy to run the defense so he didn't have to worry about it. And I think that's a really good way to do it, actually.
So Snohomish getting ready to kick off. Glacier Peak won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, up 7-0 as we get ready to go. Ron, any weather down there?
No rain at all down here, Scott. But Steve, I know you're the defensive guy, but if you were the offensive guy, wouldn't you throw the ball more this second half?
Yeah, maybe. Let's see how it goes. We ran the ball pretty well, so we'll see how that goes.
Karami, 99, boots this one, and it's being taken around the 7-yard line. This is Owens again. They're going to get the ball in that young man's hand. Good tackle there.
Yep, and that's just out there about the 27-yard line, so I don't know if that's an advantage either way. This is going to come down to who's going to execute their schemes better.
Apollo Mason on the tackle there. That young man excited, as he should be. So this is where we're going to start. 11:55 left. The start of the third quarter, 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line. Lucas Entler, he's been okay. He's gotten in trouble. The coverage has been good, and he had a intentional grounding, and he's run out of bounds.
His arm has not been a big factor yet in the game.
Francis Crocker in the backfield here for Glacier Peak to start at 1st and 10. Crocker's going to get the ball right up Broadway, makes a nice little move. He's chopped down there by Parker Jackson, but a gain of 4 or 5.
Glacier Peak likes what they're getting out of that formation. They're overloaded on the wide side of the field, and they have an extra player, and it looks like they're going to be in it again until Snohomish shifts towards it. See the corner down here, Scott?
Yeah.
Here comes the receiver.
There he goes.
So now he's got someone to cover, but if he goes in motion to the other side, Glacier Peak's got him with numbers again.
2nd and 5. Number 77 in red, Big Dean Ward has been an issue. Crocker finds a hole, good blocking up front, and he'll get a Glacier Peak first down up to the mid-stripe.
Wow, that was a gaping hole right up the middle. The offensive line is executing their blocking assignments, and so far Snohomish is still in that pass defense. They might have to bring a linebacker back in the game, at least suck him in a little bit, because they're just wide. Those C-gap linebackers are so wide for Snohomish right now to take away the passing game. But at some point, you got to stop the run.
Another 1st and 10. In motion, Crocker's going to get it again. A nice hole one more time, and Parker Jackson meets him and brings him down. But another big gain.
Glacier Peak doing a good job attacking the same hole with multiple schemes. That time they brought the wing back in and under to lead block through the same hole that they've been attacking since the beginning of this drive, and it's paying off for them.
Isaiah Olsen, 7 now in the backfield with an 82-yard run, and that's the numbers on the board. 7-0 here. 2nd and a yard. And no problem and more for Owens, and he's up across the 35 to the 33. Boy, is that young man. He wants a T-shirt tonight, our Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game.
Got like 4 straight runs for over 10 yards a carry right now. Snohomish has got to get another player in the box. What happened?
No, I'm affirming what you're saying. I don't understand. They got 3 kids up there. What do you want from them?
Yeah. And 1 linebacker.
Yeah. So 1st and 10, marching down the field. Ondal in motion there, and it gets Owens. Now he stutters, waits, gets the outside, now cuts it back up. Good job by the defense there to kind of get him back and gathered. But another nice gain, only 2nd and short.
Great pursuit by Snohomish. They plugged up the backside, did a great job. And then when number 7 gets loose like that in the open, you're just holding your breath that he's going to go on you. And Snohomish did a good job of keeping him corralled. They still gave up 7 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glacier Peak's got something figured out right now, and we're going to see the adjustment here. Look at Coach Hammer's brought a linebacker up to the line of scrimmage. Now you've got 4 guys at the line of scrimmage.
Hand it off one more time. He makes a man miss, and he gets finally cut down, but not inside the 15. Back in the red zone is Glacier Peak, and it's been all number 7.
Yeah. Snohomish has got to find an answer now. You can't just stay in that 3-1 front and stop the run game. They did earlier in the game. I think it gave them a little bit of confidence, but it's slowly and surely now this Glacier Peak has been able to run the ball at will.
Panthers here, bend, don't break type situation. They've been in their own red zone here as Glacier Peak Entler, and we have whistles and we want a timeout.
There you go, Coach Hammer. Get out there and fix that.
And Coach Hammer literally runs out on the field. You can't see him in your screen. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching STSPN's presentation, Friday Night Lights, brought to you by Les Schwab Tire.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
.8:31 left to go in this third quarter. The 13th annual Dick Armstrong Cup. What a night. And Glacier Peak, they put 7 on with 10 seconds left to go in that end of the second quarter. And here they are threatening again. 1st and 10. And Owens, left side, cuts through. Touchdown, Glacier Peak. Easy.
Coming back.
It's coming back? Okay. No?
Nope, we got 2 hands in the air.
Well, there's a flag out there. I guess it's not. I thought I saw one.
Gotcha.
14-yard run, Isaiah Owens, and it has been all him. And Glacier Peak comes out on that first drive, which you said is critical. And they punch him in the mouth. A steady drive capped off by Mr. Owens.
Not even slowed down in the run game at all.
On for the extra point attempt, Kai Anderson. Yeah, it's up, and it is good. And with 8:25 left to go here in the third, Glacier Peak, they've never lost this game, up 14-0.
Hey there, laddie. Do you have a fallen tree or a forgotten log? Do you have some old wood planks that'll have a story I'd like to tell? Great. They'll mill it, prepare it, and finish the wood for your unique project. Let them take your storied old wood and turn it into a world-class piece of art. Great handcrafted is something that will be treasured for a lifetime.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Scott Ohsman, Steve Hannan, Coach Hannan, 30 years head coaching.
It's amazing how good I look.
And around the Wedge. Wedge, what do you got down there?
I think Steve ought to look in the mirror.
Nothing gets past the Wedge.
I love that guy.
He's the best, absolute best. Kicking off is Glacier Peak. And it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line. Looking for some room.
Nicely
Good
done.
coverage by the Grizzlies down at the 25-yard line.
When do you think, Scott, that we're going to get that new NFL adjustment kickoff thing in high school football?
I think we actually would.
I think we're going to.
Yeah,
at some point.
Jaden Carter, the return man there. But yes, I think it actually makes a lot of sense in some regards from the safety standpoint. But you're going to see a lot of TDs.
If
You're going to
you do
see
that,
a lot
you
of.
think?
You're going to see a lot of returns.
A lot more than
I think
what we normally do.
I think we're already seeing in the first. We only had 1 week, really.
Right.
And you had one. So 1st and 10 here. Senior David Hammer under center. He gets it to Strant. Strant jump cuts one, goes over across the 30 to the 31-yard line. So we'll see what Snohomish is going to do, Coach. Are they going to stick with the run, try and chew clock? Again, they score, right? It's only at 1 point. It's a one TD game, one-score game.
Yeah, right now you go back to your bread and butter offense that the kids are comfortable with, that they know that they practice all spring on. They have a nice little counter right there for 4 yards. I think you just keep going down that road right there.
2nd and 6. Fakes the handoff. Now rolling near side. Got to get rid of it. Getting pressure. Finally gets rid of it. It's intercepted. Glacier Peak, Isaiah Olson, number 5, and that's exactly what they did not need for the Panthers.
And it just feels. Look at the Snohomish defense coming out of the field. It just feels like the air is taken out of the red sideline right now. The absolute worst thing that could have happened. You throw the ball right into coverage. There must have been 3 blue shirts there. He's running out of room. He's getting chased. We saw Antler throw the ball out of bounds earlier. Probably would have been, the better idea there. Get rid of the ball and get back to that run game. But now Snohomish has an opportunity. This defense has an opportunity. We know Joey Hammer well enough. That didn't faze him.
No.
He's all over this defense. Here's a chance, guys, for you guys to shut them down.
He is so positive. Next play. But this defense, I don't know what you want from them. They've been out there forever tonight. 1st and 10 in Panther territory. Lucas Entler, Ondal in motion. They get it off this time to Crocker, and Crocker busts up across the 30 inside. And another big first down run and leave them 2nd and short.
You've got to stop the other team from running the football. It doesn't matter how scared you are of their passing game and what their history is. You can't let them just run the ball down the field. You got to do whatever you got. You got to put more players in the box. You got to do whatever you got to do. But you can't let them do that.
Under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Double streams tonight, STSPN, this game, and also Bellevue Lake Stevens as Francis gets it, and they're going to give him forward progress. It looks like the line judge has him marked as a first down. Crocker never falls to the ground, but I think they're going to stop the play, and he'll have a Glacier Peak first down.
Yep, just forward progress got stopped there. Give the young man credit for keeping his feet going. Snohomish needs a play right now, don't they? They need something positive to happen.
They do. Hands are on the hips, though. These guys have been out there for a long time. They've had huge drives. It has Glacier Peak, but they've had to withstand here. So we'll see what happens. 1st and 10. Owens back in the backfield now. They're going to give it to him.
There you
and
go.
He's hit in the backfield. There's the big play they've been looking for.
Wow.
Big number 62, Ashton Lindsay, the junior. And that's maybe the spark they needed.
Have we seen 62? Is he in the game? Has he been out
Yeah,
there the
I've
whole
called
time?
his name a couple times.
Okay, nice job. Nice. She's playing middle linebacker for him, and he just read that play and shot the gap. That was a red blur going through there.
Well, they went down the right side that time, of course, and they haven't been going right very often, and I don't think they're going to go right again this time either.
Very astute call there by the Wedge. You're exactly right.
2nd and 14. Entler, Owens. And this time he's stuffed down again. Abood there, the first man in Panther red. And now there's some excitement and some juice back in the Snohomish Panther defense.
Yeah, give those young men credit down there playing defense for Snohomish. They have not stopped playing, and like you said, they've been on the field a lot.
They have been out a lot.
Especially this whole third quarter.
10-plus play drives.
So
Ronnie?
real passing opportunity here now for Glacier Peak, but, you know, Snohomish thinks they're going to pass, but would you run it, Steve?
I think I'm putting this one up, Ron.
All right, me too.
I'm giving it to number 7. Entler pumps. Now he's going corner. Oh, and in.
No!
And there's a flag. Oh, my. Knocked down.
Pass downfield, but they didn't call pass interference.
Yeah, pass inter.
That's
Kalel Chim, he was trying to go to number 40, the junior, and he literally just bumps into Parker there.
Yeah, the ball is over the kid's
Your
head.
audible was great. Oh!
It's not. The ball's over his head. It's a non. You're getting the ball back, and you're just you just bump into
Third
a guy.
and 15. Third and 15.
And
pass interference.
Yeah.
It was uncatchable.
It was uncatchable, and it's a good call by the officials. There was a bump early. There's just standing up here in the booth, it's easy to see to be a player on the field. You don't know where that ball's going. That's an unfortunate error that Snohomish made there, and it gives Glacier Peak life.
It's not
good learning experience for that cornerback, though, because you got to watch that ball, keep that ball in your eye all the time. And if you run somebody when you're hitting, you run into somebody when you're watching the ball, it won't call it.
There you go. Yep, get your head back right, Ron.
So 1st and 10 now, new life here, up 7-0 at the 15-yard line. Owens cuts it back up, makes another move, touchdown! Isaiah, his second of the night, first one from 16 yards out, this one from 15, and it's Glacier Peak. I give the ball to number 7.
They are. And they are riding that horse to victory tonight. I mean, that kid is special. He is electric. When that play started, it looked like Snohomish had it defended pretty well. And I thought, he might get a couple yards out of this. One cut back, and he just outsprints everybody to the end zone.
Jackson Haw, the holder here. As Kai Anderson comes in for another extra point. This one blocked.
See if that breathes some life into the offense here.
4:41 left to go in the third. Glacier Peak starting to put it on a little bit. 20-0. Let's see if the Panthers can respond.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back, and over the wall for a home run.
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike 3, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball. A walk-off 2-run home run.
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.
Stay tuned. After the conclusion of this ball game, we'll have Ron the Wedge Henthorn. I think they're award-winning interviews for the Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game.
That's why I watch these things.
Absolutely. You'll have your Les Schwab Tire lineman of the night with the proud parent, the grit proud parent, as the kickoff here taken just at the 9-yard line. Jaden Carter finds a lot of green grass and some daylight. A good return there up to the 40-yard line for that young man. Here you see it one more time.
Look at him just burst right up the middle. Nicely done blocking and setting up that play. And he found the hole and he ran through it with some explosiveness. And now they've got great field position to start this drive. Let's see if they can't put something together here.
Fullerton on the tackle there. 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. .434 left in the third. Needing to score some points. They got a lot of football left. He goes right back, and it's complete. Nice 4-yard gain from David Hammer.
Really like it.
Sardi.
Yeah, I really like it. Get back to your bread and butter. Move the ball down the field. Score, and start feeling good about yourself again, and then see where things go.
Do they need a sustained drive here? Just they got to run some clock, right? They got to tire out the Glacier Peak defense, because they got to hold their defense off the field.
They have to rest their defense. Exactly right.
2nd and 5. Under center now, Hammer. Gets it to Strand. Brody. He's going to move the pile up across the 50. It'll be close to a Panther first down, probably just a couple feet short.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and 2. I don't know. Are we in 2-down territory right here for Snow? I guess you are, aren't you?
I would be. I would think. Huh? Ronnie goes for everything.
Yeah, he's the riverboat Ronnie.
That's right.
Maybe a canoe boat.
with a motor, though.
You go QB sneak here, Steve?
No, it doesn't look like he doesn't have the foot position for that.
They get it to Strand.
They're marking him short.
Glacier Peak doesn't think they made it.
He didn't make it.
It's going to be 4th down. You have to go, don't you?
Yeah, I think you do. And I think that's exactly what Snohomish's plan is here.
If it was me, I would have passed on 3rd down and run on this one.
Yep. Not a bad way to do it.
Offensive coordinator Ron Henthorn.
I'd hire him.
Wide receiver wants the ball always.
He always open, by the way. 2:34 left. Big play here. 4th and maybe a yard. Hammer under center. And there's whistles before as Strand had a hole. See, somebody got a little too excited.
Coach Hammer's on the field. He's frustrated.
Motion
my.
Against Snohomish.
And Joey Hammer cannot believe it.
Just anguish on his face. That's why I'm standing up here now. I know exactly what he's feeling.
Delay of game. Oh my.
Wow, that's a killer.
Well, here you go. 4th and 6. See if it changes the play. Now he's in shotgun. Hammers fakes it. Now he's going to pass.
No, you can't put your knee on the ground,
and
son.
Silas Green puts his knee down at the 49.
Looks like he had an opportunity to make a play right there, catch a ball, fall forward, and unfortunately his knee was on the ground when he caught the ball. And in high school football, different than college and professional, the play's over right there once the knee touches the ground. So Glacier Peak is going to get the ball back in on Snohomish's side of the field.
Very unfortunate that happened. The pass was a little bit low, but if he had not touched his knee, he would have had a chance to just move another yard. He'd have made it.
I agree. I think that's exactly what I saw too up here, Ronnie. It was just unfortunate.
Turns it over to Glacier Peak. Glacier Peak coming in 1-0 in this new WESCO 4A conference. As you see Lucas Entler jog out. 2:18 left to go in the third quarter. 20-0. Panthers haven't scored yet this season, just through a game in almost 3 quarters. They hand it off to Crocker. He gets up close to the 40-yard line. At this point, you're just burning clock. You're handing the ball off, and you're getting on the bus.
I think so, and I think Snohomish, realizes that as well. And you think that now we're going to put more players in the box to stop that run game and get the ball back. So I don't think you're going to see Glacier Peak put the ball up, especially if they're getting 8 yards a carry.
Under 2 minutes to go. Seven nothing at halftime. Glacier Peak came out as Entler going to throw it wide. It's complete to Fullerton, and Fullerton goes up for a Glacier Peak first down.
That's just a really quick, just what they call a fast screen, right? Guy just turns around and the quarterback just throws it to him behind the line of scrimmage and he runs forward. So it's basically a handoff out there. You're not taking any risks usually with that play, and that's just a really good call by the Glacier Peak coaching staff.
Feels like that play's been in the playbook since Rowe was coaching.
That's correct. That's a big part of that Tony Franklin spread system that Rory brought here. Was all those screens, make the defense run to the screens.
1st and 10 now on the Panther 34-yard line. Ondal in motion there. They get it over to Crocker. Crocker, he'll just follow his center and get up another 6-7 yards. I mean, they're just chewing yards.
Yeah, the third quarter has just been dominated by the guys in blue.
Yeah.
The first quarter felt like the guys in red, and even the second quarter was a really good tussle. Now it just feels like the waves have continued to hit the shoreline. That's just wore it away, and now we're looking at a tired Snohomish defense out there. And
you can't blame them.
No, you cannot. They have been on the field this entire quarter.
30 seconds left to go here. 9 on the big shot clock here, the play clock. Entler in shotgun. There's some confusions, and now that's going to cause a Glacier Peak timeout. We will take a timeout as well. 20-0, 2nd and 5. Glacier Peak driving.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
Getting back to play here. After that timeout for Glacier Peak.
They come out
now Owens in motion. Yeah, empty. Entler looking. Now he's got trouble, and he's going to go down. Way back.
There's a flag, Scott. There's a flag.
That's a big face mask.
They just can't.
Sometimes,
they can't get over the hump.
Sometimes when it rains, it pours. And Snohomish just made a great individual effort play. And unfortunately, the young man's fingers got caught in the face mask there. And instead of losing 15, they're going to gain 15.
Score from our other stream. And the guys, Casey and Rich Bardu. Lake Stevens now behind 14-21 to Bellevue in the third quarter.
Fantastic game out there.
Yeah. So every time the Panthers come up with a big play, they just get the legs cut out from underneath them. And the poor kids are back with their backs against the wall.
You can feel it.
Crocker in the backfield. He'll get the ball. Left side. One cut. Still working. Down to the 12.
He is a bowling ball.
I call him the sod cutter.
The sod cutter.
Because he's just constantly up and down. He's just cutting sod.
He reminds me of
the Brunswick.
Yeah, the Brunswick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darling.
Straight up Darling, yeah.
Yeah, another Darling that we had. And that's what he reminded the way his running style is.
Well, that's 3 in the books for this Dick Armstrong Cup. 20-0, Glacier Peak threatening. We'll be back.
The future is threatened. by enemies often unrelenting, unexpected, and unpredictable. In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical.
Enemy drone down.
Because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater.
Sending coordinates now.
When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Hey there, laddie. Do you have a fallen tree or a forgotten log? Do you have some old wood planks that'll have a story I'd like to tell? Great. They'll mill it, prepare it, and finish the wood for your unique project. Let them take your storied old wood and turn it into a world-class piece of art. Grit, handcrafted, is something that will be treasured for a lifetime.
Back here, the start of the fourth, Lucas Entler, the senior, back to pass. He's going to go deep in the end zone, overthrows, looking for Albright, the big 6'4".
Yeah, give Snohomish some credit there. Glacier Peak is running down their throat. It's a great call by the offensive coordinator, which is Coach Keck.
Yep.
And now you're going to throw the ball. Snohomish has two guys on the receiver. That just shows you the respect they have of Glacier Peak's passing game, that even at this point in the game, they still have two guys covering one, and the ball had to be perfect for that to be caught, and it wasn't.
I don't have very good memory, but is that the first pass downfield for GP?
Yeah,
Could be.
Yeah.
3rd and 2. Darling in motion. Crocker, quick hit up the middle, and they're going to get another first down. They got more downs to play with now, as you see Connor Aney, the captain, 52 in blue, signaling first down.
Yeah, look at the Snohomish kids getting back to the huddle. They are feeling the effects of that third quarter for sure.
First and goal from the 9 now, and this one they can really, I don't know about put it away with 11:20, but you know that's a lot to come back from.
It is, but football's a funny game. We've seen strange things happen: a fumble, a pickup, a return, and a score, and all of a sudden it's 20-7. The momentum turns. It could happen.
Crocker.
There you go.
This time he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Good play there for Snohomish, and big 62 again, Ashton Lindsay. He's having a heck of a game.
The kids in red have not stopped playing in this game.
Huge credit to them. Even they've been pinned down, pinned back, been out there forever, and they keep on trucking.
Just fighting, and that, you got to give the Snohomish coaching staff a lot of credit for continuing to instill that into their kids. They'll carry that with them their whole lives.
2nd and goal from the 7. Now they give it to big 48. 48 up the middle, and that's Kai Brooks, the junior, 6'1", 180. Gets a snap.
Okay.
3rd and goal from the 5.
Well, they're not giving it up. They're going to play defense this whole night, it looks like.
Brooks looks like he's staying in the ball game.
Glacier Peak should be taking their time with these calls, and you know, Coach Keck is one of those guys that knows the ins and outs of this game as well as anyone I've ever coached with.
Really?
The guy's just really brilliant and smart, and I'm sure he's going to milk every second of this clock.
3rd and goal, and he's going to go back to pass.
Oh, he's wide open in the flat.
Caught by Albright. Did he get his feet down? No, they're saying he's out of bounds.
Oh, that was close, and I think on the replay, if we get it, you're going to see a guy wide open in the flat. That antler.
That's what you thought he was going to.
Yeah.
Now we just see the end of that. Great catch and good coverage there.
Wow.
By Taylor Arella.
4th and
for Snohomish. So 4th and goal. What are they going to do? Go for it or try a field goal?
No, I think they're gonna run a play here.
Another opportunity for this defense, and they're going to take their second timeout. Timeout, Glacier Peak. We will take a quick break. Make sure you go to SeattleSports.com now. You can download the app for Seattle Sports app. Listen to Brock and Salk, Bump and Stacy, and also live play-by-play right here. High school football. We'll be back right after this.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back, and over the wall for a home run.
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike 3, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball. A walk-off 2-run home run.
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. I am the beast.
All right, we are back. Big 4th down. Joey Hammer getting the crowd going. Empty set for Entler. He's going to hand it and pass it, but he's hammered while he's passing it. It's incomplete. Oh, my. Reese Rondo, they handed him out, the backup quarterback. A little trickery, a little tomfoolery. What do you see, Ronnie?
I don't know if you can see that on replay, but it looked like he intercepted that in the end zone. I don't know. Can you see it?
We're going to try and take another look at it. I'm not sure we have that, but he took a shot there. What do you think of the call there, Coach? And a great job by the defense.
Yeah, I really love the call. You think you're going to get a hard bite on that run play. And Snohomish did bite hard on the run play. In fact, they were on the run play. They made it for a difficult throw, and they still have a guy covered. So, yes, great job by Snohomish.
So here we go, David Hammer. Go ahead, Ronnie.
I just want to see if that instill the offense here to get something done.
Looking for their first score of the season. Strand on the outside. Now makes a man miss. Runs through a tackle. He'll get up he will get to the 15-yard line. They're playing hard. They're running hard.
They are, and it looks like Glacier Peak has substituted a lot of players in there. So we're going to see a lot of new numbers in there and kids getting a chance to play in a big game like this. That can really carry longer on in the year as it goes along. You might need these kids because of injuries later on.
Yeah, we'll talk about their schedule as Snohomish comes up now, another 1st and 10. They started at the 5. Hammer's going to go back to pass. He gets it to Sardi. Sardi is covered well. He's down right at the 20, pick up a 5.
Yep, and you're looking for these successes if you're Snohomish, right? You're not giving up on the game yet. There's no reason to. You're still within 3 scores, but you got to go back to doing what the kids are most comfortable doing, and that's what Snohomish is doing right now. I'd love to see this drive go all the way down the field here.
Crowd still here, still into it. Hammer back to pass. Now he just throws it down. Tough pass, tough catch. It's incomplete. Trying to go to Bridger Foley.
Yeah, there was plenty of pressure there. And whenever you get the quarterback running laterally, you like your chances as a defense. And unfortunately, Hammer had to run laterally there to escape the pressure and just couldn't get enough on that throw.
3rd and 5 here, 8:21 left to go in the ball game.
This could be pivotal for Snohomish.
Yeah.
They got to get this first down on this play.
Hammer lets it go far side, pass way over the head of Parker Jackson, and that'll end up 4th and 5.
Yeah, that's a 40-yard throw for 4 yards. And he had plenty of arm. That thing sailed overhead into the Glacier Peak sideline over there. Here it is. I mean, this is the play for Snohomish. Obviously, they have to get this first down if they have any hope of staying in this game.
You run or pass here, Coach?
Oh, I think you have to put it up, don't you?
Well, they've done well with that little slant play. Hammer gets the grip, laces, and it's over and incomplete. Jaden Carter wants a call. He's not going to get it. That's the intended receiver. Fullerton on the coverage, and they're going to turn it over, and there you go.
I think a Hammer is going to want to watch that one on the replay because he threw to his intended receiver like it was a planned play, and he missed the open cutter on a slant play.
Well, great. Another teaching opportunity. Good call there, Ronnie.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was covered there. Trying to get that first down, and now you look at internal fortitude if you're Snohomish. Now you do not let them in and score. Let's not let this turn into a big score game. 20 points is respectable in this game, and Snohomish is thinking, let's keep it right there.
Entler still in, gets it to Crocker. Crocker, big hole right up the gut. Inside the 10.
Is the ball out?
Is it a fumble?
Fumble, but GP recovered it.
Okay.
I tell you what, the Panthers, they just cannot catch a break. The same thing last year, and we've gone many years before. Just cannot get that ball to bounce their way.
Yeah, even with a 15-yard sack, which was a big moment in the game, it turns into a face mask penalty, and it goes the other way on them.
Glacier Peak, they play Mariner next week here at home. Then they have a non-conference Post Falls, Idaho, a Saturday game. I don't know what that's got in store for us.
I know very little about them.
And Brooks going to get a big 48. He bumbles down. Kai Brooks getting some snaps and some plays.
Here comes their starting nose guard coming back in now. Yeah, if you're Snohomish now, we are keeping them out of the end zone. We are not letting them in, and that is everything. It's the number one focus of what you've got left. We are not letting them in this end zone. I'm sure Coach Hammer is expressing the same.
White Hat saying all kinds. He wants the play clock, or there's a flag. What?
Going on.
Official timeout.
Illegal substitution against Glacier Peak. Maybe too many men in the huddle, something like that.
Yeah, he was going nuts there, Ronnie. I don't know what you saw. Miles Brennan was making all kinds of hand motions there during that play. Push him back a little bit.
And 2nd and goal from the 10.
Yep. Kai Brooks in the backfield. Entler. Now all kinds of pressure. Gets out of it. Still on his feet. Going to take it, and he'll get down to the 5-yard line.
You know, I really love that sportsmanship at the end of that.
Yeah.
Entler he's stuck. He's going to step out of bounds. Number 77, a 275-pound nose guard.
Yeah.
That's been getting his just beat on the whole game.
Yeah.
Has a chance to really take a cheap shot right before he's out of bounds. He pulls up. They both go out of bounds, and he taps him on the butt, and they both go back to their huddles. Love to see that out of high school football.
It's great. Bellevue up now 24-14 over Lake Stevens in the 4th quarter. Entler here. 3rd and goal. Brooks. Kai Brooks stumbling, bumbling down to the 1 or 2.
Yep, he's getting close. It's going to be 4th down, right?
Bernard with the first hit. Yep, 4th and goal.
Here we go. So this, like I said earlier, this is Snohomish's game right here. This play right now. You've got to keep them out of the end zone. And we'll see what Glacier Peak decides to do. You're going to put the ball up. You're going to roll out. Maybe roll the quarterback out so he could run in if possible. And if not, he could just dump it off to a fullback in the flat, something to that effect. Let's see what Coach Keck has in store.
See the play clock in your screen counting down. Kai Brooks in the backfield still. They're going to give it to Kai. Kai punches in, touchdown Grizzlies.
That was nothing special about that. That is just hardcore left.
Is that what they call God's play?
Yeah. did you see the right guard pull that time? That's what Sarkeesian used to call that power play with the backside guard. That looked like full zone to me, and just Crocker was not going to be denied right there. And we've seen it over the left-hand side this entire game has been where Glacier Peak has had success.
And that's good for that young man. Kai Brooks with his first touchdown and varsity touchdown. That's exciting. As you have Kia Anderson on for the extra try. The hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good.
Great drive by Glacier Peak.
Unbelievable, and they once again turn it over or get the ball back, and Snohomish had a little life, but here we are, 27-0, 5:48 left to go in the game.
Yeah, I can't talk to you during the commercials because I'm getting cut out, so I'm cut out now.
Glacier Peak kicking off. Scott Ohsman, Steve Hannan are on the Wedge. Henthorn, it's time for, we got to start picking players. Our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game after the game. Another squib kick there by Anderson. And it's going to drop on it. Jaden Carter right at the 20. We got a big fly in the booth.
I don't think that's a fly.
You let that in, Steve. That's you. That's on you.
Must be my pheromones.
You got to keep him alive. So Isaiah Owens is our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game. I'm going to walk right over that mention.
What's that?
Your pheromones.
My pheromones. Yeah, you're sitting right next to me and he's sucking some of those up.
How do we get this bug out of here?
There you go. He'll love you for that. Yeah, dump it on those people out front.
There's no one underneath.
It's like we have a player down out there.
So let's talk about the Apple Cup. You're a Husky fan?
Yep, me, the whole family, Melissa and Brooke and Trevor.
Yeah. Somebody in the booth with a big O.
Not commenting on that. Not commenting on it. Yeah. Huskies and Cougars. Here
so what do you think? Tomorrow's a little different. And I'm sorry, Johnny Mateer, the Cougs quarterback, he is special. Almost 200 yards running last week against Texas Tech. 100 plus in the air. This kid's special.
Yeah, let's see how he does it. Step up in competition now. Step up in
You
speed
think Washington's better than Texas Tech this year?
I'm saying that's a step up with speed on defense. Yeah, I think let's see if he can run all over the Huskies the way that he did. He is the key to the game, I think, on either side. I mean, I know Washington's got that running back that can really carry
Now, Trey
game.
Lechner got a carry in the first game. He had a touchdown.
That's my kid.
Former GP player.
Yeah, he was a special player.
He was stud. So we're back at it. Snohomish trying to get something going here. And look at Brody Strand. Still fighting. He'll get a Panther first down for his efforts.
Are we seeing some new numbers out there for Snohomish as well?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay.
We're going to have to figure out our Les Schwab lineman of the night, Mr. Hannan.
Okay.
So you check the numbers on that. Maybe we'll have discussions. And then a proud parent. We'll see.
I'll check out my notes here.
5:19 left to go in this one. So you think the Huskies are going to win tomorrow?
I don't know much about the Huskies this year.
That no one does.
Yeah, I just don't.
Incomplete
I
or
don't
David
know.
Hammer.
And my problem is I have Comcast, so they've been blacked out.
Me too.
I haven't seen the first
I am
two games.
furious.
So.
Although I did mooch off the daughter, which is turnabout was fair play. She's been mooching off me for years.
Uh-huh.
She has YouTube TV, and so I got her login.
See, that's what I got to get my kids on some.
But
YouTube
now
TV.
the Apple Cup's on the Peacock.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, because you get it for, quote, free till June of 25.
Oh, I pay for mine for some reason.
Oh, well, you gotta talk about the package. Whoa. 2nd and 10 here, Glacier Peak. David Hammer rolling. Now he gets it. It's caught.
Yep, nice run. Nice rollout. Nice play. Ran a little shallow route there. Caught it right there at the tail end before he went out of bounds.
Silas Green. Now, Snohomish back here. We'll talk more Apple Cup, and then we'll get into my Mariner just
we don't do
absolute
why
dumpster fire.
The fan base is out there.
Snohomish plays Cedro Woolley. Now, the reason I bring that up is because they played them in the playoffs last year and got beat 49-0. So revenge is clear. In the top of mind, 3rd and 9. Hammer going to the air again. This time it's caught short of the first down, but a nice play.
Yeah, nice little stick route right there. Just have the number 3 receiver run forward 6 yards, turn around, and throw him the ball. It's a tough play to stop.
Parker Jackson, that one.
GP is basically sitting back in the prevent defense, Steve. So they're giving them the short passes and letting the clock run out.
Yep, we're seeing the exact same thing.
Hammer back, gets on Sardi. Sardi has some room to play down to the 35, 36. A nice play by Sardi. It'd be nice for the Panthers to get a score here.
I always felt that way, even as a defensive coordinator. Once we've won the game, it's in the books. I don't feel threatened anymore we're going to lose. I love to see the other team that hasn't had much success that night have some success. I never had a problem giving up a touchdown late. I know that sounds weird. We're not supposed to do that, but I always felt they're high school kids.
Big cut up. Look at Brooks go. Kai Brooks crosses into Panther territory. He wants more playing time.
Yeah, he's going to get more playing time. He keeps breaking runs like that. And great job up front by our center. Sealed off the middle.
There you go. Ty Tuatolo with the tackle, and we've got our backup quarter, Reese Rondo, the sophomore, in the quarterback getting some time. How exciting is that?
It's really,
it's kind of, quote, garbage time, but you're so fired up. Yeah. You're playing varsity football.
Under the lights, thousands of people in the stands. There's no question it's exciting for them.
1:54 left to go in the game. Brooks with another run on the near side, right into Ronnie. So our player game, our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game, is going to be number 7, unbelievable Isaiah Olson. And our Les Schwab lineman of the night is going to be number 54, Mr. Sam Minaro. And then the proud parents, our grit, proud parents of the night.
There you go. You can do the Irish.
I did that whole commercial. I did it all in an Irish accent.
That's pretty good.
Thank you very much.